Andrew, how's it going? Thank you for sending in your video. Nice to see some of this backhand. I like working on this angle. A couple of key little things I'm going to really hopefully point out to you that will help a lot. I'm just going to focus on the backhand. I know you sent me some forehand as well. I might do that as a second video at some point. But we're going to have a little dive in here, and maybe even you just watching yourself, you can see a few little things. But anyone that's watching, if you do like this, please do click in the link in the description. Grab your free personalized swing audit for yourself. And if you like the channel, as always, please do share and subscribe. It helps a lot and getting this message out there. Okay, so I think for me, the big thing that stands out is, and I know you let that ball bounce twice, but the biggest thing I'm going to talk about is the lack of engagement there. Definitely would like to see you sink a little bit more, get into a squat position, and use that to drive through the ball. I think most of your swing is coming from your upper body, and I know it transitions to the forehand there, so I'm going to go back to a few really good bits in your setup there, but let me go back to the ones where we do it a bit more near the beginning. Okay, so here we go. So again, I'm not too worried about the ball bouncing twice, but I think it's maybe a little bad habit to get into to do it all the time. You do it on that first one there, you let it bounce. Maybe that was only one, sorry. But let's have a look here. Look at, yeah, can you see that? If you're just looking at your knees and your hips, as you hit, look at how severe your racket head has to go down to the ball below your wrist. And yeah, the racket head will be below the wrist, but if I'm honest, let me just see where that is. I would reckon your wrist should be about there, and then your racket head might be about that angle. But at the moment, it's way, way too low below. And it's because, yeah, just not enough bend in those knees. I can't quite draw it on here. Let me see if I can do it a little bit more. So if I go from there to there, you can see that's way too big of an angle. What we need is, if I'm being honest, maybe something more along those lines where your hips are on this level more and you'll be able to get down to that ball. So yeah, for me, that's going to be fundamental, is getting yourself down there. A couple of things I really like that I always like to compliment. Look at how you pull your elbow in, like really tucked in nicely there, really loading it. I can't draw the diamond shape, but you get a sense of what that might be. Big fan of that racket head position over, tilting over slightly hooded, and also your shoulder coming underneath your chin. Really great setup. So I'd say 80-90% of what you're doing here is spot on. And then here, lower down, this lets you down massively. It almost reduces your 80 or 90% good up there down to 40 or 50% because there's definitely not an engagement in the knees. And you end up using a lot of your arm. And that probably is this compensating factor there. Look at that follow through. You're having to almost like slash it across a lot and really let it go, and almost like having to rotate out of that shot to compensate for the lack of power that you have around the knees and that hip area. So you definitely want to engage that lower body, really sink it in. And then I think you'll find that backhand will become a lot more consistent. So again, great setup. Looks like you engage a bit more there, but yeah, look how super close that is. You're having to pull away. And again, the severity of that racket down to the ball. Super severe. Let me zoom in a bit. Super severe, and just not really giving yourself the ability to hit a good shot. But also, if you think about this, if you really engage your hips and knees, it not only transfers through the ball nicely, you're able to kick out the back and come back to the tee. There's such a beautiful bit of body weight transfer that you can start to do with that as well. So that would be my main takeaway message. I actually really like this base, really solid base. Again, too close, but that two-footed base is something I'm always talking about. Getting decent swing dynamics, but again, I'm going to point that out. Look at that arm as well. Like, look how straight down it is. If I was giving you the right position, I would probably get that arm somewhere around there. Obviously, you'd be squatting a bit more. Your racket about there, and with the racket head over there. So the racket head tends to be slightly below the wrist when you do it. But yeah, definitely too close there. And you can just see that you have to really compensate with your follow through, have to stab it out, and not much going on there. Yeah, but listen, I hope this helps. And one or two little things with that lower half will take you a long way into improving this backhand power, consistency, and that ability to get back to the tee. So thank you for sending this in. Really appreciate it. And like I say, please do share and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. And anyone wanting that free personalized swing audit, just click in that link in the description below, and I'll be more than happy to help out. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers for now. Bye.